And needless to say that many other entities such as NITEL, Nigerian Shipping Lines, are no longer in existence. Clearly, that does not bode well for the country in the sense that a lot of the investments that were made lost value and became non-performing. And so in the part of the reform in 2023 was to restructure and reposition MOFI to become an active manager of those investments and assets. That way we are proactive in ensuring that those investments and assets are delivering value to Nigeria and to Nigerians. As part of that process, we engaged a number of experts to design a 10-year strategic plan for MOFI. And part of that strategic plan stated that we needed to ensure that this new entity had a corporate governance in place. In other words, there is a governing council that is chaired by the president with some ministers as members and 3 individuals as members of that governing council. Immediately below the governing council is the board of directors of MOFI that is currently chaired by Dr. Shamsuddin Usman, the former Minister of Finance and former Minister of National Planning. And then there is an executive team which I lead. That's one aspect in terms of governance. The second aspect of it was that for now, there are 3 key areas that we have been mandated to focus on. The first one is to ensure that we create an assets register so that we are aware of what federal government owns, how much it is worth, with a view to optimizing those assets. And that spans across different asset classes. Corporate assets, of course, which are shares we own in commercial enterprises. Lands, developed properties, solid minerals, oil and gas, intangible assets are all part of that portfolio. So everything that federal government owns that is of economic and commercial value needs to be established. And why is that important? Today, most of the discussions we have concerning our economy, we always talk about how much we owe. Almost each and every one of us knows how much we owe, almost to the last kobo, who we owe, and when repayments are due. But very few of us can say authoritatively how much we own, where it is located, how much value it is delivering to Nigeria. And clearly, it means that we are losing a lot of financial and economic value from those assets and those investments. That is why one of our key objectives is to create this national assets register so that we all have visibility over what we own, how much it is worth, so that we can optimize it. The second part of our objective, Chairman and distinguished members of this committee, is to work with all our corporate entities. In other words, those companies where we own shares in. Chairman, you mentioned Federal Mortgage Bank, Family Homes Funds, Bank of Industry, Bank of Agriculture, Development Bank of Nigeria, the DISCOs. Those are all entities where federal government owns shares in. To work with them, to provide them with the support that they need to do better and deliver on their mandate. Currently, many of them are undercapitalized and they need to be recapitalized. A lot of them don't have the right kind of corporate governance that allows them to do well in comparison to their counterparts in the private sector. And so that's one major second part of it, to work with these corporate entities, to support them so that they can do more and deliver more in the sectors for which they were set up to add value. Sure.